What's going to happen? What happens not on Thursday? What happens now?
There's a scurry amongst all the homes to poach staff.
Right.
It's got quite difficult.
Yes.
In a relatively small community, everybody knows everybody else. They all know what they earn.
Right.
It goes around in circles. So, people come to us because they like a particular home. People go somewhere because they get another X pence more per hour, however it works out. We're all scrabbling for the same staff. But beyond that, the bigger question is that we've lost staff because of Brexit. The whole sector has.
Yes.
Now we're having to import staff. So today I am going to be finalising my application for a sponsorship visa to bring staff in from overseas, probably from India, Sri Lanka, parts of Africa, maybe the Philippines. They come over here. They'll work as carers, senior carers, for a while until they receive what's called their PIN to become a registered nurse in this country.
Okay, that's
all
a
care
silver.
homeowners are looking at doing, because unless they're very lucky, and they can find a pool of staff, which most can't, that is what will be happening.
And is this a scheme that's always been in place?
Yes, I can't remember exactly how many weeks or months ago.
It's brand new.
Senior carers were added to the
approved
required list.
Okay, and then. And what qualifications do they need to come over?
They have to. They're usually nurses in their own country.
They're already nurses in their own country.
There's been a problem because some of them had vaccinations that weren't recognised here, so they weren't going to be allowed in. But I think the government have gone past that. Just today, the latest thing is we have to actually check on the door on Thursday everybody who comes through our door, be it our staff, be it a plumber, be it an electrician, and they have to have the right documentation, which is the COVID pass. The domestic COVID pass doesn't seem to work for this, but the DHSC aren't really explaining to us how we operate this system. So it looks as though they have to have, anybody who comes through our door has to have a pass, a COVID pass, for travel overseas in order to get into our care home.
Is that not the one we've got on our phones?
Well, yes, but there are two types. There's a domestic and there's an overseas.
No, there are, but so
I'm just talking about the irony of this. You have to go into an overseas territory, basically, to go into a care home. It's just an irony.
Listen, Christine, to do what you do, you have to be a mistress of plate spinning, clearly. You have to be able to keep them all going without anybody even noticing that there is human agency involved in keeping them spinning. But it sounds to me, and I don't know if we've spoken before, so I hope I'm not hearing things that aren't real, but it sounds to me as if you are quite, could I say even scared? Yes,
it's worrying because we just don't know how it's going to go. If we bring staff in, if we lose them for any reason, we just don't know how we're going to replace them at this point in time.